Hella fellas. Welcome back to Top 5 Choices. Today's video I am gonna do a detailed review and pick the top 5 best Garmin watches, 2021. After doing proper researches, we came to the conclusion that meets the best in terms of overall. Kindly leave a like if you find this helpful, and I'd appreciate if you subscribe to my channel and turn on post notifications if you haven't. We will be also providing affiliates link to purchase from Amazon. Kindly use to for best offers and purchase from anywhere in the world. We'll be back with more videos. There are actually two Forerunner 45 versions, the standard 45, which has a 42mm case, and the 45S with a slightly smaller 39mm case, suitable for those with smaller wrists. Even the 42mm case is much smaller than most other running watches though. Both fitness trackers feature a 1.04-inch, 208x208 color display. Clearly, you're not going to get Apple Watch resolution at this price, but the screen is clear and bright, and the colors, while limited, do help make it easier to read your stats and make the whole thing feel a bit cheerier. Garmin's recognizable 5-button control setup is here too, with buttons for start/stop, back, up and down, and a backlight. Anyone who has used a Garmin in recent years will find this nicely familiar, and it's one of the most intuitive menu and navigation structures you'll find on any running watch. The Forerunner 45 is incredibly lightweight at between 30–36 g, depending on the size you choose. The 245 retains the 5-button design common to many of Garmin's running watches, with a small tweak here and there. The start/stop button in the upper right now has a red ring around it, as well as a red hash mark on the watch bezel, making it stand out just a bit more, despite having a smaller 42mm case, compared with 44mm for the 235. The Forerunner 245 has nearly the same size screen, 30.4mm, as its predecessor. It has a higher 240x240 pixel resolution, and more important, it doesn't have the flat tire look. The top and bottom of the 235's display was cut off. The display just looks brighter and more colorful. While both watches have transflective displays which reflect sunlight to make them more viewable outdoors, the 245's backlight is much brighter too. I had no problem seeing what was on the display, day or night. As with all of its dedicated running watches, the Forerunner 245 lacks a touch screen, which is fine by me. The Garmin Fenix 6 Pro's closest predecessor is the Garmin Fenix 5 Plus. The Fenix 6 Pro has improved on a few key parameters, like battery performance and screen size, all the while not increasing the overall physical size or weight of the watch. In fact, the Fenix 6 Pro is actually lighter than the Fenix 5 Plus, the former coming in at 82 grams as opposed to the latter's 86 grams. The F6 Pro is also thinner than the F5 Plus, 14.7mm versus 15.8mm. The screen size has been upgraded to 1.3 from the F5 Plus S1.2, as well as the resolution of the screen, 240x240 pixels in the F5 Plus and 260x260 pixels in the F6 Pro. The extra screen space is put to good use when displaying no less than up to 6 data fields in running mode. The internal memory is now twice as big as it was in the Fenix 5 Plus, 32GB as opposed to the F5 Plus S 16GB, which comes handy when you want to store music on the Garmin Fenix 6 Pro, which you can by syncing songs from Spotify or Deezer, etc. After uploading your running playlist, you can just hook it up with a Bluetooth headset, and off you go. Battery life has been greatly improved thanks to the different battery modes that can extend the battery life up to 46 days. This mode is called Expedition. Just to make sure we understand who the target market for this function is, the Garmin Fenix 6 Pro now includes a body battery feature which monitors your energy level throughout the day. This gives you an idea of how different activities, or even just your daily grind, can affect your overall energy levels. Another upgrade since the Fenix 5 Plus is the inclusion of the Pace Pro feature. Pace Pro suggests pacing strategies according to the terrain, e.g. elevation intensity, the desired finish time, and, of course, your own preference settings. The Garmin VIVOACTIVE 4 looks fairly similar to the VIVOACTIVE 3 and Forerunner 645. A band of silver, but not chrome bright, metal sits around the edge of the watch. Its screen is protected by Gorilla Glass 3 tech, but it's not recessed like the Fenix 6S, making it slightly more vulnerable. Every bit of such protection adds to a watch's dimensions, though we switched to the VIVOACTIVE 4 from using the Forerunner 645 Music. It's the watch we use to track runs week to week. The VIVOACTIVE 4 is larger and it's significantly so. But just buy a VIVOACTIVE 4S if a slim watch is what you want, as it has similar features with a slightly smaller screen and battery. This is a comfortable watch to wear, but again the Forerunner 645 wins out slightly here. The VIVOACTIVE 4S standard silicone band is thicker and has less give than the Forerunners. The lighter and smaller a watch is, the less likely you are to notice it is even there on your wrist after a few hours. We find we tend to take the VIVOACTIVE 4 off for a few hours each day. You only end up with angry-looking indentations on your wrist if you do the strap up extra tight. The 1.3 AMOLED touchscreen display has a 416 x 416 pixels resolution, and it even has an optional always-on mode. Needless to say, turning this on will significantly impact battery life, and not in a positive way. The display is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 3 lens, which is encased in stainless steel bezel. The case is made of fiber-reinforced polymer, similarly to many other Garmin watches, including the Garmin Forerunner 945 and the Garmin Forerunner 745. The case is water-rated to 5 atm, the strap is made of a structured silicone material. Well, it's structured on the outside but also pretty smooth on the inside, so you can wear it without rubbing on your skin. The straps are industry standard 22mm quick-release bands, so feel free to swap it out to a different one if you fancy. The Garmin Venu 2 weighs 49 grams, not the lightest watch. Compare it with the Coros Pace 2's 29 grams, but it won't weigh your arms down at all. All things considered, the Garmin Venu 2 is well protected from the elements. Battery life is a category the Garmin Venu 2 really excels in. Officially, the Venu 2 has an up to 11 days battery life in smartwatch mode, that's if you don't have GPS on. GPS battery life is 22 hours, 8 hours if you listen to music while tracking outdoor activities. Now, this might not sound amazing, but this is an AMOLED smartwatch, and those devices tend to have a battery life of a day or two, maximum.